Hello and welcome to AorbTech. This is another session about NumPy, and in this session we will briefly discuss concatenation and split. So the agenda of today, the first we will discuss concatenate, and then we will see a various method, for example vertically or horizontally, and the same way we will see how we can split our data. So let's start with it. Now let's start with the practical demo. Before going to start, we already know that we need to import a package. So I already upload package here, import numpy as np. Now let's start with concatenate, and if I see the definition, basically in concatenate you are basically joining two array or matrix together into one bigger array or matrix. So let me show you with the example. Let's take our first matrix. I would say that np dot range, I would take maybe 5 element with the shape of 2 by 2. We already know how the shape is work, and let's run. So what I did here, I just create array or 1 2 4 element, 5 already is excluded and we already know, and then I change the shape from array to matrix, which is 2 column and 2 array. So simply we have one, and then quickly give me the same example, and I will create a B maybe with the element start from 5 to 9, and if I run I get my second matrix. So now we'll concatenate it and let's see how it's work. So let's concatenate by column. Now we'll see how we can create concatenate by column. So simply I take array, let's say that, give the name of array, and then I numpy dot concatenate, and I would simply don't need access, I just run my matrix, and as we know that this is merge by column, so 1 2 3 4, and then we have 5 6 7 8. So this is how we can concatenate by columns. So by default it access is 0 here. So this is by concatenate by column. You can use another way to concatenate by columns. So let me show you how you can do that. So simply you have to say that array, and let's say array 1, and I want to np dot v stack, and I just simply run and it will work the same. So v stack is basically being vertically stack, so vertically merge two different matrix. So this is how it's work. I hope it's clear for you. We learn in this example concatenate by columns. So simply I take two example. I create, for example, a matrix of 2 by 2 and b matrix of 2 by 2, and in np.concatenate simply you just call your matrix and it will join and become a bigger matrix here. So as you can see, now the length is 4 by 2, 4 rows and 2 columns. The same here as well, 4 rows and 2 columns. So it's basically vertical stacked here. So this is how you can concatenate by columns. I will show you how you can concatenate by rows as well. To do that, you have to use same. Let's say I will take example row 3 arrow 3, and I say that nb dot concatenate, and I have to mention the axis. Axis 0 by default is vertically, and axis 1 is by default is horizontally. So if I run my tree and if I show you, and as you can see that it's joined. So now you have 4 column and 2 array. So this is how you can concatenate your rows as well. And if I show you by the example of stack, so simply you just, let's say I will take array 4 and np dot h stack, and if I run, it will give me the same result. So as you can see that. So I hope it clear for you. In this example we learn how we concatenate by columns and by row. So simply either you change the access method and use the same function in NumPy concatenate, or either don't use access or simply use the function of vstack and hstack. So I hope it's clear for you. Now we'll see split. Split, if I explain a very simple word, split is basically opposite of concatenate. In concatenate we are basically merge or join two array or matrix, but in split we are basically divide array into a smaller parts. So let me show you with practical. Let me take array, and let's say that I want to take np.range, and I say that I want to take 1 to 12 element. If I print, as you can see that we take 1 to 12 element in this array. So now let's use a split. Let me show you the example. So np dot split. So let's say that I wanted to split into two parts. So how it will split here? So if I take a and I wanted to split into two parts, so simply you have to write 2, and it will give a 2 array 1 to 6 and 7 to 12. So as you can see, we get 2 array. First array we start from 1 to 6, second is start from 7 to 12. Let's say that I wanted to take split basically into 3 or 4. So if I want to take 3, I can take 3 as well. So basically split into 3, so 1 to 4, 5 to 8, and 9 to 12. If I say that I want to take into 6 part, that's also possible. So we take 2 element in each row. But if I show you another example to explain how the split is work, so if I wanted to split it 5, well, it will not split, does not result in equal divisions. Why? Because our array is 1 to 12, and if we split into 5 we cannot, because it's not properly divided. So if I want to split, make sure it's properly combination. So let's say that I want to split 2, yes, it's possible. We'll make a combination of 6 6. If I wanted to 3, well, it's possible. Combination of 4 4. If I wanted to split of for example 6, yes, it's possible. Combination of 2 2. But if I want to take a 5, well, 5 split from here, 5 split from here, but this is not properly split. That's why we get this error. So I hope you understand how the split is work. So that was the end of this session. If you want to the source code, please visit our website. I will paste in this video description as well. Feel free to write any comment. If you have any questions about this session, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the future videos. Until then, goodbye.